It's fall, man. Sorry about the delay in videos. We've been very, very busy at Wired to Fish, so it's been tough to get out and make content, unfortunately. So it's a good and bad thing. I'm out here throwing a buzzbait today. Now, a lot of people might think topwater is more of a spring thing. Very much so is, but it comes alive again in the fall. And after the spring, you wait all summer to do this again. There's a big push of fish that go shallow in the fall. Vegetation starts to die off, so it's a really good place to use topwater, which is what we're doing today. We're focusing on these ricey breaks, picking our lanes, doing real accurate casts. On this wind-blown side of the lake, we've had a consistent wind in the same direction, so that's what we're working on today. Hopefully we get some big buzzbait blow-ups, and like I said, this is something I really look forward to in the fall. Pike or bass, what do we got? It's coming up. Big bucket, big bass. Are you kidding me? Stay with me, babe. Jeez, these are nice fish. I mean, Jesus. Come on. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. Oh, yeah. That's a bucket right there. But I tell you, man, holy smokes. Oh, absolutely choked. Buzzbait. Oh, spot lock here. Oh, that is hectic. Look at that one. That is a big bass. Big fall bronco. All right, let's get this sucker back. Big one. Oh, give me more like that. That's what we're here for. Buzzbait in the fall. So as you can see, I'm throwing a buzzbait that doesn't have a skirt on it. The skirt is perfectly fine, but I think a plastic trailer kind of adds bulk a little bit and gives it a little bit more of a target. So I'm using a black blade, which is providing all the noise. They can't see it all that well. It's a cloudy day in dark water, and there's just that swim bait trailer. So that's a good target for them. That ensures that they actually eat where they're supposed to eat every time, get hooks. So that's what I'm doing. And you know, again, people like to fish topwater when it's calm, and it is so fun, especially a buzzbait, just breaking waves like this. Not that it's overly windy, but this little bit of chop like this is perfect for the buzzbait. Boy, I hope we get another good one like that. That's exactly what you want to see in the fall, those studs. So if you've never fished a buzzbait, or if you haven't fished a buzzbait a whole lot, one thing you'll notice is I got my tip real high. So the line connected to the bait is all the way out of the water, all the way to the bait. That's going to keep that bait up on top of the surface. So just remember to keep a high rod tip. That's going to give you the best noise out of the bait. That's going to help you steer through these little lanes in the vegetation like I'm talking about. You can kind of go left, right, and that way my line isn't hitting the bait first. A lot of times that'll get hung up in the vegetation. So just remember to keep a high tip, and then when you get bit, feel the weight of the fish first, reel down, and then set the hook. You don't want to set the hook up here. So feel the weight of the fish, come down, set the hook. But for the retrieve, you want to keep your tip high. Right at the boat. What just happened? Oh, it's a big one. This is awesome. She's gonna be green. I gotta get away from these weeds. Oh, she's stuck. Oh, yeah. Buzzbait. Did you see that? I just killed the camera. Oh, nice. Right at the boat. Oh, yes, she's stuck good. That's a chud right there. That is a good one. Oh, okay. You go back. Yeah, buzzbait, thick ones. So the deal with a buzzbait, you gotta engage that bait right as soon as it hits the water. There's something about that surprise factor, that thing hitting the water, then it's off, taking off. You'll get hit real quick in your retrieve that way. It's just part of being that reaction deal. So yeah, I'm casting out and I'm already anticipating the bait landing, engaging the reel before it hits the water. So that thing is just off and running. Another one right at the boat. Oh, he's not going anywhere. Yes. Solid, solid, solid. That is so fun. All right, get her back. Get her back and cast again. You got to keep that retrieve going all the way back to the boat. You know, it's tempting to get back out there to the juicy, grassy stuff, but when those fish hit right at the boat, it is so fun. All right, so I'm zooming back to the other side of the lake, which is the wind-blown side of the lake. We've had a consistent wind the last week, literally a south wind every day for probably about a week. And I fished around the lake until I got to that calm spot, and I really was not getting blown up at all. So the consistency was a lot better on that wind-blown shore. So while I beelined it across the lake here, I thought I'd break down, you know, what rod you should bring if you find yourself in this situation, fishing with buzzbait in the fall. Now, the weeds are dying, which makes it pretty nice, but nonetheless, I'm still gonna need some power to pull those fish through those weeds. I mean, they really get balled up, especially in the rice. So I've got a heavy action Falcon rod here. This is a 611 heavy, and the 611 makes it a little easier. It's basically 7 foot, but makes it a little easier in the kayak making sit down roll casts. You want to be pretty accurate because you got to pick your lanes with the buzzbait a little bit. You want to roll it through there as clean as possible. There's a lot of floating vegetation that really can get gummed up in your blade, so that shorter rod kind of helps with accurate casts. Now again, power is crucial here, but it's not too stiff. I mean, it's got some good load to it. And if you'll notice, I'm using a strand of 20-pound fluorocarbon. You could use mono too. I kind of like fluorocarbon a little bit more. And that's just gonna give me, like you saw, we got a couple boat side strikes, and the line is about as taut as it can get there. So a little bit of stretch there, definitely helpful with that 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. So I'm using braid, so I got excellent casting distance and really solid hook setting power. And then a little forgiveness and visibility might not be such a factor because they're literally out to kill this buzzbait. I don't really get a good look at it. And then I'm using a reel here. This is a Lew's Team Light, and as you can see, I'm bombing casts out there. It's another thing with covering water. And the gear ratio here, this is a 7.5 to 1. The most important thing, gaining on them and pulling them out of that cover. If they give you any slack, you've got to pick it up quick because that's exactly when they'll shake it, when they're balled up in those mats like that. So a little bit faster reel to help with that. So that's the deal, y'all. Fall, big bass are really willing to eat again. They're all pushing back up shallow, coming out of places where they lived all summer in deeper water. You can power fish and throw fast moving top water baits and really catch some nice fish. Buzzbait, tried and true, and it'll never not be something that I throw in the fall. What a blast.